Great show we had for you today. We talked some LeBron James. LeBron James is the GOAT statistically. We compared his last year, if he hangs it up after the NBA Finals. We compared that to Michael Jordan's last year and Kobe Bryant's. By the numbers, hey, you can't hate. You just got to appreciate. Then we talked some Devin Haney, Devin the Dream Haney. He is fighting tonight on DAZN, the return of the young king. He is fighting Ramirez. We have him projected as a winner and an emphatic statement win tonight. Make sure you buy the pay-per-view on DAZN. Then from there, we talked about Mr. Matt Weiss. He is a scumbag at Michigan. Michigan has a data breach problem. They're trying to seek immunity. You won't believe the defense. You have to hear it. You have to just check that one out. And then we talked about Arkansas. They want their money back. They're going after the buyout clauses and these NILs. Is that going to be the new normal when kids jump ship early from universities? We don't know. But we'll go ahead and keep you posted on that. Finally, it's going to bring us to our last segment, the lies that the NFL continues to tell in regards to Shedeur Sanders. We'll get into it when we come back from a quick rap album. It's your boy Big Vern. Give me a beat. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios. We pushing another rap album this month. Ray Vaughn, The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is The Dollar Menu, 3 p.m. at Derry's, East Chat, Clown Dance, Janky and Compass, featuring Samara Sin and Sydney Leona, and Miles Away from Heaven. Ray Vaughn, The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu, in stores now. Shout out to Ray Vaughn. Shout out to Top Dog Entertainment and Music Group. That's the same collective that bought you Reasons and Kendrick Lamar. Like I said, I liked it. I dug the album. I thought it was dope. So when we left off on the other side of the content, the NFL and the lies that they tell and watching people twist themselves up in knots. The new lie is that there was a kid visiting his father who works for the Atlanta Falcons as a defensive coordinator, and he looked at Shedeur's information on an iPad and he wrote the number down. This is the dumbest lie in the world. Number one, why would a defensive coordinator have an offensive guy's phone number? That doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense at all because the Atlanta Falcons already have their quarterback and Michael Penix Jr. They already have Kirk Cousins as a backup. He didn't even interview with Atlanta. So why would Shedeur's number be in that man's possession? Nobody even asked that question. Nobody in sports media has asked that question. It's just been obfuscate lies. And the funny thing about telling lies is that you got to keep lying to keep up with the original lie, and it all makes no sense. And you're just holding the NFL accountable on their words. The Falcons, in the first round, they took Jalon Walker, and he was the edge. They took another edge as their second pick. Their third pick, they took Xavier Watts. He was a safety. Billy Bowman Jr., defensive back. And then they took Jack Nelson. He's an offensive tackle. Why, again, would the defensive coordinator for the Falcons have Shedeur's information? And after I read you those picks, Again, just all we're asking you to do is think about it. Why would they be doing this? What excuse is this? Again, this is happening in real time. CBS Sports, they have a beef with Coach Prime, and he has a beef with them. They wrote really disparaging things about him being the Colorado coach, and we talked about that. It was a reporter from CBS Sports, and he told him, "Hey, look, I ain't got no beef with you. My beef is with your organization." So he's very hostile to CBS Sports. They leaked a story, and I think it was from Owens. I forget his first name, but Owens has said that collectively he spoke to all 32 teams, and the GMs and the owners. They felt like Shador was a second round. He was a second round pick. He was a day two guy. Okay, no harm, no foul. How the world did we get to day three, round five? Again, either you lied to CBS Sports to try and give yourself cover, or you're lying now. You can't pin it on Tennessee because Tennessee chose Cam Ward, and even Rance Carthen was saying he doesn't understand how Shador was still available after day two. So you puzzle the NFL top brass. Nobody knows why this kid fell, other than most people felt intimidated by his dad. Now the new fall guy is the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator. His son, who took the information down because his dad had it on an iPad, and his son isn't a kid. This dude is 21 years old, number one. Number two, if you have electronic devices in your home and it's laying around, there's a code on those devices. Don't give me that, oh, we're just friends. You have some married couples that have passcodes and passwords on their phone. Don't extend any kind of grace to somebody who is going to lie to you and try and make you believe that they're doing something that you don't do. Again, the mainstream media will continue to lie and try and find fall guys no matter how weird this thing is getting. And then you're going to prank call me. You prank call me online because you're chasing online success. But even in the AP, the writer tried to go ahead and give the kid who was the defensive coordinator's son, try to give him an out, saying that even though he took the information, he wasn't the one who made the call. Who made the call? Who made the call? Oh, we can't release that because he's a minor. How is he a minor? So now the 21-year-old thief is hanging out with a minor to make a prank phone call to a guy that never should have had his information in the first place. Again, all you have to do is keep coming back to the lies that they tell. Again, it's just ridiculous. The second lie was that, oh, he interviewed bad with all of these teams and he didn't. Shador only talked to 3 teams. Shador only talked to the Titans, the Giants, and the New Orleans Saints. Those are the only teams he interviewed with. So the other 29 teams, he didn't speak to them. So that would be a non-story. And I know it's a non-story because none of those teams said he interviewed bad or he just was going through the motions and was uninterested, and we had a bad vibe from that. So that story died and fell and crashed and burned, and ESPN was running with it. Fox Sports was running with it. But when the hate don't work, they start telling lies, because then they had all of these Negroids out there, the Stephen A's, the Ryan Clarks, and all of these robots. We must protect you. Come on, man. You had Stephen A talking about your dad was the reason. What do you mean your dad is the reason? And how evil is that? Why are you trying to separate this boy from his father? That don't even make sense. Oh, he fell because he didn't work out at the combine. What are you talking about? Marvin Harrison did the same thing. He had his pro day at Ohio State. He didn't work out at the NFL draft combine. He just stood around, looked at a couple of his buddies and cracked some jokes. So you're not going to extend that same courtesy to Shador? Marvin Harrison Jr. went third that year. I don't need notes to do this. But again, it needs to be brought up. How many more lies are you going to tolerate from the NFL because you need a job? And they bringing back all the old Negroids out. I'm talking about dusting them off and blowing the dirt off of them. You bought Chris Coons Carter? Sambo Carter? Oh my gosh. They've tried to repackage and sell that man to us so many times. Then you have Butter Biscuits, Bomani Jones out there talking about generational fumbles. Sir, you've been fired from every job you've ever had. We didn't want to see you when ESPN gave you your own show. It failed miserably. They put you on in the middle of the night. Nobody still wanted to see you. And then they put you on with Dan Lebertardo and his dad. And nobody still wanted to see you. Then you got a show on HBO. You was mad at Lamar Jackson. And you said, my agent don't even call me unless I got $2 million on the table. Did he call you when you got canceled? But you saw your opportunity. Oh, this is generational bag fumble. What are you talking about, bro? You ain't even got no kids. Ain't nobody even seen you on a date. You sitting up talking about another man with kids, bro. Come on, man. Butter Biscuits, Bomani. And then you got that sass. I'm going to tell you all my big words and then move my head and say it in a condescending manner like I know what I'm talking about. Man, get your weird ass out of here. And that goes for the rest of you coon, buck dance, and butter biscuit brigades that want to see this young man broken and then quick to try and get an NFL cover. Roger Goodell is a dummy and a puppet. The Atlanta Falcons, the latest fall guys in the scheme. Then you got the Cleveland Browns, their general manager. He gonna say the most asinine, dumbest thing he can say. He gonna say, well, we got to the 5th round and we seen Shador was still available. And so we took the best guy available in the 5th round. Well, you took Dylan Gabriel before you took Shador Sanders. Dylan Gabriel ain't no good. He's not better than Shador Sanders. He's not a Johnny Unitas Award winner. So what was your rationale in drafting Dylan Gabriel? Nobody ever asked that man that. Nobody ever asked him that. Nobody ever asked him, hey, look, when you added Shador, now you got 5 quarterbacks. Do you plan on getting rid of Deshaun Watson? And if that was the case, why did you try and ink Joe Flacco? Why did you ink Joe Flacco to $1 million deal before the NFL draft? Why did you feel the need to go out and actually acquire Kenny Pickett from the Philadelphia Eagles when they was going to cut him anyway? Keep in mind, this is the same Kenny Pickett that fell with flying colors in Pittsburgh. He couldn't beat out Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, he couldn't beat that dude out. And he was splitting time with that guy. And you went out and you got him. You sent out money and traded some weaponry for Kenny Pickett. You complain and bitch and moan about Deshaun Watson, but you're not going to trade him. And now you got 2 rookies. Again, y'all didn't draft Shador to play him. Y'all drafted him to hide him. And at some point, people are going to get tired and they're going to stop asking questions. They're going to lose. They're just going to lose steam in these stories. I just like to keep it going because I know y'all full of shit. The product is unwatchable. I cannot sit through a full football game watching the NFL. No, I can't. It's god awful. The goofy kickoff, the over analyst and being analytical about every little thing. What's a catch? What's not a catch? If you go to the ground, you can contain control. Blah, 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 blah. This shit just kills me. And like I said, it's soul crushing to sit there and watch it right now. Like, oh my God. Intentional grounding, targeting, head, hitting. Oh, this quarterback, he gave himself up. He slid, but he waited to the last second and he slid with his head up. And come on, man. I cannot watch that bullshit. Again, it's not the football I remember, but that's another discussion for another time. Right now, Shedeur Sanders is just looking at them because Roger Goodell is Dumbo. He's a clown. Like I said, he gets paid by the other teams in the NFL to sit there, bend over, and kiss the rings. So be it. You got the Falcons and the Browns, the latest fall guys in this stunt with an unnamed kid who took something off of iPad he shouldn't have seen. Like I said, this shit's so weird, I can't even make it up. But to the Butter Biscuit Brigade, the guy sitting out there cutting jigs, Stephen A. Myth, and Shannon, be real, Shannon Sharp was cutting jigs before he got into his little dating trouble. But he was cutting jigs. Ryan Clark cuts a jig all the time. And then you got Bomani, Zest Fest. Get these dudes out of here and losers. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's the show. Thank you all for joining us. We had a great time. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button and share the content. This is Big Vern, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.